So the Coffee House Teen Shelter, which is actually right down by Ridgeway High School, it is for young people that are 12 through 17 that they can use that shelter if they're fighting with their parents and they just need a break. We've all fought with our parents when we were younger, and we don't like going home or we don't like staying there because every little thing that we're doing is wrong when you're young, and the fight just continues. Even though you close the door and run into your room, the fight still happens. So Coffee House, our goal there is to just give everybody a break. So sometimes parents want to be like, hey, can Diego stay here? He's off the hook. He needs to stay here. Well, no, he has to want to stay here too. So both of you have to agree to stay there. And it has 6 beds where young people can stay. And our whole goal is to try to work stuff out with you and your family while giving you guys a physical break. There's also young people that come to the Coffee House that might have ran away from home and don't know what to do. And instead of staying on the street, we want to offer them a bed. And we also have drop-in services at the Coffee House. Any young person that's between the ages of 12 and 24 can knock on the front door, ask for food. No questions asked. We'll feed you in the backyard, give you a hot meal. We'll give you any kind of hygiene product that you might need. If you need a piece of clothing because you don't have any clothes, we'll give you clothes too. It's just a safe space for young people, And then we have the older shelter that's for 18 to 24-year-olds. And that shelter is for young people that are being human trafficked and for young people that are experiencing homelessness. Literally every single victim that we have had contact with have had, for the majority of their lives, a normal life. Yeah, it's okay. They went to school, they had a loving family, and anybody can be a victim of human trafficking. If you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you can be a victim of human trafficking because your boyfriend or girlfriend, you will do anything to help them. And you might think like, oh, I wouldn't do that. And before you know it, they're convincing you to do that. And it starts off little of like, hey, will you just go out on a date with this guy because we need the extra money? My family's going to lose their home. And when you're young, somebody that's going after people, they know that. And if you think that it wouldn't happen, every single victim says, I never thought that would happen to me. Every single one. And so what I always say to young people when we come into groups like this is as much as you can, come up with a safety plan. Even if you're going to go to a party and you think that you have your friend to help you out, like, hey, Tanya, watch me. Don't let me go with nobody, yada, yada, yada. Well, if Tanya gets drunk and she failed because she's also young, who else knows that I'm gone? And if you snuck out, then your parents don't know, and you're too scared to get in trouble from your parents. So anybody can be a victim. No. I think there's good humans out there, and there's humans that are not good. And I think that if anything, it makes you more aware of stuff, right? Like, yeah, and people have been selling humans forever. If you guys like history, slavery, all kinds of stuff, people are always doing something bad to others in that kind of way. So I don't look at it differently. I just want to educate my family, my friends on what happens in our backyards and make sure that we all know that's not okay. Because there would be no human trafficking if people didn't buy people, right? So it starts there. If there was no money to be made, why would I try to get you guys to go have sex for me? So it has to start as a cultural change that it's not okay to go buy a female, or it's not okay to, like, I guess that's super old. Like, oh, you turned 18, let's go to Vegas, let's do this, and we're gonna go buy some strippers, and that's okay, right? Oh, he covered his face back there. But if it's the norm and it's socially accepted, then why wouldn't people do it? We have to make sure that it's not okay to buy humans. I think that it's changed my perspective on how much things have to change as a culture, right? Like, I think that when I was younger and I first started, I thought like, I'm just gonna go around, I'm gonna talk about young people need their rights and all of us need help and this and that. Like, it starts as a cultural shift of like, this isn't okay as a community, this isn't okay as young people, this isn't okay as parents, right? So that kind of perspective. And I think that I've also know that there's a lot of good people out in our community. So, I like that part of it. But I do see a lot of ugly stuff. We all do. And to educate people. Because we work with, you guys brought up trafficking a lot. We work with a lot of young people that are homeless too and experiencing homelessness. And there's a lot of stigma around homeless people, meaning that homeless people are dirty and homeless people are, this is their choice and this is what they want and all this stuff. But when you're a young person experiencing homelessness, it's a whole different ballgame. Not a lot of the times was it their choice. And
they don't look any different than you.
Yeah, most of the time, statistically, you guys have at least, I don't know how many people go to school? 400? There's 400 kids that go to school? Gee, you guys are big. Is it? Oh, all right. Out of 400, I would say that there's probably 40 that are below poverty level and about to experience homelessness. Or that are multifamilied up, meaning that I live with my cousin, my aunt, my uncle, and their kids. It's because nobody can afford to live in this community. It's hard to.
Hi, I'm Jesus Lopez.
I'm Diego Perez.
I'm Azucena Cabrera.
My name is Ivan Mercado.
My name is Alyssa Garcia.
My name's Yadira Tamayo.